Flora. Welcome back to my channel. IVE is back with Bang Bang. I cannot wait to see what this is all about. So let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. I really like the electronics in the background. Ooh. 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 I wasn't expecting that drop. Ooh. I like the do 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 do. Ooh, the stars? Ooh! Ooh, nice. I love the train in the sky. Okay, guys, this was a freaking, we're gonna say it, a banger! Yes, this was so good. I have been so impressed with IVE's music, especially this last year or so, and I just feel like they're really coming into their own. They're coming into their own color. You know, they're becoming a senior group now. They're doing so much more. This, okay, first, this reminded me of like an old style Western at the very beginning, like the like that sound just reminded me of like a really old style Western, but they did it in such a modern flair, which I absolutely loved. In the first verse, I really loved those electronics in the background, and I love how it was a little quiet, because I felt like with a song like Bang Bang, you have to like increase what's going to happen, right? And they definitely did that. They increased the dynamics. They increased what was happening in the instrumentation. So interesting. The pre-chorus freaking rocked. I don't give a what you say, I'll be going out with a bang. That is like such a fun play on lyrics, but also just the way it goes with the theme of Bang Bang. And the chorus, I didn't think it was going to be a drop like that, because like I said, it sounded in the introduction a little more Western like. I thought they were going to do maybe a little bit different sound, but I love how that came back in the chorus, the dun 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 dun. Like, I love how throughout the song that came back at different times, and it really helped I feel like modernize it. It helped it come out forward and be a lot more stylish and be of today, but still remind you of that kind of Western feeling. And I loved also the graphics that they used within that with the lights. I felt also kind of resembled like a modern version of the Western with, you know, the stars coming in. That was a really cool transition into the second chorus. And then like towards the end, we see the train, and the train is flying, you know, rather than like going through a desert, or like horses going through a desert. We also saw the parts with the lighting where it was like the different symbols. I thought that was really interesting and unique. So the chorus, even though it was 100% different from what I originally thought, because it had those Western elements to it, made it so interesting and unique to listen to. And I really, really loved that aspect, especially since like the pre-chorus going into the chorus kind of had a little bit of a transition. I guess probably you would consider that a whole chorus, but the two parts really did feel quite different as far as like the beginning and the end of the chorus. So for me, it felt more like a transition into that. And then verse 2, I loved the increase in the instrumentation and the music. I felt like that was really, really important because, like I said, the song is called Bang Bang. You have to create drama with a name like that. And I think that this definitely did that. And then going into the bridge, the beat change was perfect. I think it was something that we really needed because we kind of needed a break from that electronic sound just to like have a moment for our minds to kind of catch up of what was going to happen next. And then we had the pause, the 4, 3, 2, 1, which I thought was especially important because in music, for me, it's always really important to have dynamic places where you can take a breath, where you know where you don't know what's gonna happen next, but you know something is coming. It leads to excitement. It leads to wonder if what's going to happen next. And it just is so interesting. I also really appreciate that this song was 3 minutes. I wish it was a little bit longer, but for such a upbeat, like kind of up-tempo song, I do see why it's a little bit shorter. But let's be honest, I miss longer songs, especially with a group like IVE, because I think they are such an incredible group. I always want more. So I really enjoyed this. I especially, looking back on the styling too, think it was really good to have, like I said, kind of this Western feel with a modern twist. And I think they did that with a lot of different things. The fur, the boots, like they kind of like being in the field at one point. So they had some elements, I think, that kind of match that Western quality while still being in today's world. And so I thought that was really, really interesting. So tell me what you guys thought of this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part in this particular song? Mine is definitely, I loved that star transition going into that second chorus. I thought that was so neat. And then again, hearing that like throughout just like was such a fun quality to it. So tell me your guys' thoughts down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.